Hey, Tellin. How you doing? Doing swell. I had a busy day, but it's been fun, so I can't complain. Hmm. Jaya Cappy, please. I don't know why I typed warden. How I? Oh no, wait. I was gonna see how what the status of my. Ugh. Ugh. No, my red cappy isn't even anywhere. How about we just run 2 mariners? I like that plan. Yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna run 2 mariners. Do you have does Red Build have OTs for Mariner? No. Okay. I'll still bring Mariner. My Mariner DPS is good. Just need to swap gear real quick. Yeah, I'm ulting. I'll be right back. I will be on Maloaland. Question. Who here is still looking for boots? Okay. Okay. Anybody else looking for boots? Looking for boots. There we go. I see all the tells. Here we go. Lowland. Yes. Let me see. Yeah. Bingo, are you on? Got it. We're not doing temple, but thank you. Huh. Right. Over here. Sharing my screen so y'all can see my slides. As I promised last week, we will be resuming the slides. So if everybody's ready, I'm just gonna dive into this. It'll only be short, 10 minutes, and then we'll get to rating, okay? Alright. So welcome back to this session 4. You've been learning mechanics and building confidence. Now it's time to talk about preparation work. What to do before the raid even starts has a huge impact on your success. Today we'll walk you through how to prepare like a pro, from gear to consumables to learning mechanics. The better your prep, the smoother your raid and the more fun you'll have. And we'll be talking about this at a pretty high level. So once you hit level cap, the real game begins. Your story mode build won't cut it in raids. Every MMO runs on numbers, and this is the same for all MMOs. You'll need to understand how statistics work, especially the ones tied to your role. Whether you're tanking, healing, doing damage, or support, all of the stats may be different depending on your role and your class. So, not all stats matter equally for all classes and builds. So, figuring out your top priorities for your stats, then start shaping your build around them is what you will want to do. Stats fall into three main buckets. Base stats are your resource pools. No power means no skills going off. No morale means you're dead. The bigger your morale and power pool, the better to an extent. Defensive stats do determine how hard you get hit and how long your morale and power pool lasts. The higher your tactical and physical mitigations are, the easier it will be for you to survive. Example tier 2, we pretty much are expecting everyone to have 100k tactical and physical mitigations, both. Because otherwise you're gonna melt like in rain. Offensive stats affect how hard you hit, including your chance to crit. Physical damage classes like Champion, Brawler, and Berg, and so forth, will focus on physical mastery, while tactical damage classes like Lore Master, Runekeeper, and Mini will focus on tactical mastery. If you're slated to do damage class, you want to max out your physical and tactical mastery with your crit rating first. But remember, the more challenging the content, you will always move away from a glass cannon build towards survivability build. The trick is always to balance your stats based on your role and build. Too squishy, you'll get one shot. Too low on DPS, you'll miss the boss and rage timer. Healers, you want to specifically focus on outgoing healing, which is found under tactical mastery. Gear is the number one way to boost your stats outside of virtues. That means choosing the right armor, jewelry, weapons, legendary traceries, essences, literally everything that makes up your build. Not sure where to start? Start by copying a build if this is your first time building one out. You can go to lotrohq.com for some very basic builds. They have very basic builds there, nothing fancy, nothing, too specific, but it is an excellent starting place if you've never built a tune-up before. You can also post a request here in Mithril Academy and the War Room forum and ask people to share their builds. I will be doing a completely separate session on gearing up and building out your characters at a later date. At this point in time, you want to run delvings to get your base delving gear, then start farming 3-man, 6-man, and 12-man tier 1s for gear and steadily increasing the difficulty based on how your gear performance is holding up. Better gear drops at higher tiers. Yes, better gear drops at higher tiers, but also your percentage chance for gear is higher at higher tiers. But the way you get to running a Khorbo T3 or a Temple T3 is you start with 3 mans, then 6 mans, then 12 mans, and you're constantly improving your gear as you go up. A lot of times, I find that people want to jump straight from a 3-man into a tier 2 12-man raid without having any idea of how much gear they're actually missing. So be aware that it is a process to gear up. 2 terms to be aware of as you're going to be looking into researching gear is the first is BIS. It stands for best in slot. And the second terminology is meta, which stands for most effective tactic available. So others have already done research and experimentation. There's some people that'll spend days on Bull Roar doing nothing but parsing and testing out new equipment and new builds. So it's not really necessary for you to reinvent the wheel. You can always just ask for help. And I am always happy to go shopping and help you figure out what is the best slot gear for your goals and for the way that you want to play. Now, here's the process at a very high level on how you grind out gear. First, you start by researching what your stat number should be based on the class and raid role that you will be playing. This is all based on mathematics. It's all predetermined based off level cap. So if you don't know where to find those numbers, I'd be happy to share them with you. But that it's the same for everybody. It's the same goal. Next, you're going to compare what you currently have and what you ultimately would like to get your hands on as your ultimate build. But note, there may be some stepping stones you need to take between where you are now and getting your ultimate build. So Guinevere's Discord is a great place to start. It usually has the latest and greatest in all the gear drops. So you can glance and see there what you want. I usually go there to go shopping and identify what pieces I actually want to build out my character with. And if you don't have access to that Discord, I'll be happy to hook you up. Then after that, you want to identify what is your weakest points in your gear. Are your virtues too low? Do you need to reforge and improve your legendary weapons? Are you missing essences that you need to upgrade? Are there specific armor and jewelry pieces you still need? Once you have your shopping list and your priority list, it is time to start grinding out. Delvings, instances, quests, or crafting to get the upgrades that you need to get there. Now, typically, what I would do is if I know what item I want, I'll go into Google and I'll type like LOTRO Wiki and the name of that item, and then that page will exactly tell me where that item can be found or what crafting ingredients I need in order to create that item. So, knowing what you want is half the battle. And then you just repeat the cycle and you'll start to see real improvements both in your performance and your survivability as your gear improves. Consumables do matter, especially in raids, and then in higher tier content like T3 wells or T3 dragon, the consumables matter. These are going to be your potions, your morale and power pots, your wound, disease, fear, and um, wound, poison. That's what I missed. Poison pots, your scrolls, your battle lore, your warding lore, your tokens, hope tokens, and then your class items like Hunter Sits Fire Oil, um, and so forth. Minis, it's the strings. Um, so anything that gives you a stat boost and that you use once as a consumable. Nowadays, with Umbar, we do have the tables, which everybody is probably familiar with, but those do keep out of death, which is really nice, as opposed to just you having to pop it every time beforehand. But those are what I mean by I say consumables. So most are crafted, which either means you can make them or buy them, or if you're lucky, a Kenny might hook you up. Some of them are bought with Destiny perks points and LOTRO points from the LOTRO store. For examples, Tome of Defense is one that you can buy from the LOTRO store. Some raid teams do require them, so I know when I was progging T4 Khorbo, my team was just like flat out, nope, everybody has to have a Tome of Defense. They must have a morale and power plus 5%. And there was one oh, and then the damage attack buff as well. Those you buy from Loja Store. And it was kind of like, nope, you gotta have them or we're not going to be able to do this. So be aware that there are teams that require them. Others are more relaxed. But honestly, if you want to shine and leave an impression on the team that you're raiding with, bring extras. Being the person who shows up with food to share always earns points from everybody, especially if you have a table. Then you're everybody's best friend. So, raiding and prepping does take space and money, so make sure you've got room in your bank and inventory, unless you're like Thando that's got 20 houses to put together. You may not have room in your bank or inventory. Good. So, you want to sell off junk or rare mats to other players. We've got a guide here in the war room on how to farm iridescent jets and turn that into gold. And no, we do not rely on random drops for that. We actually have a strategy that guarantees you getting those. Being resource prepped means fewer headaches in the middle of the raid and more focus where it counts, and that's on the fight. No one, like, hear me on this. No one will wait for you in the middle of a raid while you run to the crafting hall to craft some tokens. It is seriously frowned upon by the raiding community, and you will likely not get an invite back. It's just part of the whole raid etiquette. Um, and I've seen people wanting to do that, and the reason being that it'll take you what, maybe 6-7 minutes to do it, but that's 6-7 minutes that you could have been fighting and everybody is just sitting around literally waiting for you. So I'll get off my soapbox, but just come prepared. If you can't come prepared, then ask a friend to help you prepare. Before any raid, check if your guild has a guide. This is part of coming raid ready. If the raid's been out for a while, chances are there's a YouTube run that you can watch to actually get a feel for what the fight is like. If it's your first time, just don't be afraid to say so. Let the raid leader know. They'll adjust instructions to help you succeed. Like this past week, I was in a Wells tier 2. It was my first time in there, even though I was raid leading. And I was like, I have no idea what to do. Help. And Kat and Jaya and Daniel was like, oh no, don't worry, Malo. We've got this. This is what you need to do, right? And so just don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. And we're all here helping each other get stronger. And the one tip that I can give you if you're in a big raid is to stick with someone that's the same class role as you, so like a healer or a support or a DPS. Just stay on top of them, shadow them, and just stand where they stand and hit what they hit, and you'll be fine if you're DPS. If you're the tank, obviously you'll need to talk to the other tank before a pull so that you know what you're responsible for, and that just helps clarity matters. So, not every team expects deep research before a run. Killer and Achiever guilds, they'll want you to be raid ready at a minimum. Casual and social teams are more about connection and fun. They'll just share their, share a scroll, share tokens. That stuff doesn't matter to them. They're more about just having fun. So either way, whatever team you end up joining for Prague, whether it's here in Mithril Academy or elsewhere, just understand that what your team expects helps you show up prepared. It makes the raid smoother for everyone. Don't be that guy. Here in Mithril Academy, we expect people to show up with all their consumables, but for the open signups, we recognize that people are still learning the instances, so we'll explain everything. And if you don't have pots, just ask and I'll give you some. I don't care. But if you're going to be going into some prog teams, there are prog teams here in Mithril Academy, and really each prog team is starting to develop their own culture. So each prog team might have their own sets of expectations. So just be aware, ask when you join what is expected of you, just so you know, and that you're, not making any unnecessary headaches for everybody. When in doubt, come as prepared as you possibly can, but still show up. Literally, don't, how do I say this? Don't not come because you don't have a power pot, for example. Does it make sense? I still want you to show up, even if you don't have a power pot. It's totally fine. I got you covered, okay? Right. So from now on, the expectation is you'll be that everyone will have their raid supplies on hand. As I mentioned, that will be morale and power pots, poison, disease, fear, and wound pots, battle lore, warding lore scrolls, hope token, and your class consumable. Class consumables, uh, that's negotiable. Okay, just depends on the class. And then that's kind of like the minimum requirements. I'm not going to require any of the purchasable stuff here in the open signups. That's more for prog and higher tier content. So, any questions? I did I did go through a lot. Um, but I'm trying to help you guys understand not only the rating, but also the culture. And it's been interesting because the culture here on Glamdring isn't exactly the same culture as it was in Brandywine, where I come from. Um, so yeah, it's interesting. All right, let's go do this. Okay, who are we missing? Where'd Sonic go? Maybe he went linked it like last night again. Oh, he's back. Good. You still having computer issues, Sonic? Okay, that's what I figured. Hmm. That sucks. I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. Ah, yeah. Ooh. Nice. I know you always have them for your shows, right? Okay. Okay. It's 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 very South African-esque. So in South Africa, whenever there was a show, no matter where it was, whether it was in the school building, at the church, at the community center, or in like the downtown opera center, doesn't matter. After an event, there's always food. But that's usually because they didn't have concession stands in those places like they do here in the US. Nice. No, no. Oh, okay. Cool.
After the confrontation in the Citadel of Winds, the ship bearing Azagoth, Belondor, and Nakasi, Reaper of the Waves, sails northwest into the shadow cast by the Makta.
Alright, let me just look at the group
Pursuing the
makeup.
trio, you enter the depths
Alright,
of a
as soon as
long-hidden
Sonic
cavern,
gets
leading
loaded,
through dank,
we
twisting
will
passages
get
ending at an
to going.
iron-wrought gate. The smells of the sea, iron, and ash assail you as you press deeper beneath the land and closer to the remnants of the temple ruins.
We should not linger in this place longer than we must. We will unseal the underground river, restore the dock, and take
Alright, just hold on the table until I actually do a ready check.
Did you hear
Because I've been in situations where they're like, oh, we already put out the table, you know, and I'm like,
you have
but
years of planning and careful
people weren't ready.
in a matter of weeks. Instead, let me welcome you to your tomb.
There we go. Yay! I like when you got
It is a pity I shall not see
Okie-dokie.
the life leave your eye.
Let me make sure
But
Sonic's
my
in
calling
here.
lies deeper within the
Alright,
Makta.
this is gonna be a ready check for table.
Do not despair. My crew will tell me how you begged before your dance.
Alright, we are all green. Please drop table.
Come, Nakasi and Belondor. We have much to do within. My crew and Shade will see these interlopers become the latest
So, what
sacrifice
we're gonna
in this
do
temple.
here is, Jay, you're gonna be single target tank. Cat, you're gonna be AoE tank, please. Jay, you'll hold the boss off to the left. Cat, you'll be there doing the thing. I guess I can put myself up as TA. I don't mind doing that. Kill order is going to be Burkhad. We get a tooltip. Burkhad, Zag, Farida, and Azagath. Alright. Remember, there's really nothing fancy here in Tier 1. Cat, just remember to interrupt Zag and he'll be fine. And everybody else, just have fun. This is going to be a ready check to go. And just confirming, who the tanks are. Tanks are Cat and Jaya. We get 2 healers. Alright, and Gary, can you call reses, please? You're first, yes. And you'll only have Io's res, looks like. Alright, we are green. Take us in, Cat. Everybody group up. Get in closer, please, so that Zach doesn't run around. Everybody should group up. Don't be afraid, I don't smell. I'm gonna do Ophies. Ion Inlahar. Don't run, stay put, just heal them. Nice. Up to Zag. Y'all can actually range in the... Yes, please. Range in the back. Y'all need to actually come in closer. I know it's scary, but when we're doing this on the higher tiers, we want to literally be right on top of each other. Because otherwise what's going to happen is Zach's going to run to you and he's going to frontal everybody. Io, if you can come on in, I just want you to practice being closer. There you go. Nice. So this is where we want to be positioned. Because as I mentioned, one of the things that Zach does is he'll want to chase after somebody. And if he's got to go too far, then when he comes back, he'll stop in the middle of the room and do a frontal. So if he doesn't have far to run, then he doesn't frontal. No, it's Ferida next. Can I get a CTG, Gary? Okay, opens out. Gap now. Thesaurus, can you do it, please? Okay, thank you. Next time just call it so that I'll know. Okay. Got it, got it. Got it. Let's go ahead and go through. You should be back. Go clear some trash. Off. Alright, everybody back here. We're going to practice this maneuver. Back here so we can break a line of sight. Alright, Cat, whenever you're ready.
Reach the bulwarks across the docks. We must flood the harbor.
As you wish, Azagoth.
Yep, let's pull him and bring him back here.
Make haste to the bulwarks and bring them down!
Nakasi, be safe. There is more yet to do.
Watch yourself, old man. I'll see you on the other side.
Belondo, take your crew within the temple. Do not let these interlopers breach the stairwell. I must retrieve my prize from within Khorbo before we take to the sea.
We will see it done, Asaga. Let's move out, crew.
As for our pursuers, I believe they will find that the Temple of Blood and Ash is unwelcoming to outsiders.
Alright, here's the groom collar. Let's take it out first. Crocodile Tamer. And then Crab Tamer is still back here. It's coming in. Alright, well, clean up trash. Doesn't matter. Shoot it whatever you want. Nice, we'll go out for the last group. Whole one ready?
Persistence. Usually I admire that quality. Given that you are
So to avoid the way we have last time, Cat, I want you just to pull one group at a time and bring it back to this room.
My crew and I will stop you here.
And you can break line of sight by going into this corner.
We will end your meddling here and now. It's best you retreat now while you can still walk.
And it's on your pole whenever you're ready.
Crawling through the ruins of the Temple of Ash and Blood. But if you insist on pursuing your own demise, we will oblige. Crew, form rank.
Let's kill this. And then go back. Right. Take up steps back. Grab the next group, please. Bring them back here so we don't accidentally trigger the next group. Jay, we can run around to break line of sight. They'll come in. Okay, here they come. Here we Maybe we'll fight in this next room now. Pull the group and line of sight over here, please, where I'm jumping up and down. Okay, now we've got one group left. We'll just fight them here. You guys are such a chill, quiet group. Alright, here we are, second boss. Jay, you'll be on Bellandor and Salix. Cat, you'll pick up everything else. A kill order will be Talkenza, Kalmos, Hackref, Myron, Lysana, Salix, Bellandor. Let's see, for interrupts, DPS will interrupt Talkenza, Lyric you'll interrupt Hackraft, Lysaurus you'll interrupt Kalmos, the others will just ignore. I remember during phase 2, Bergen, Cappy, and Maniz, you will need to rotate your fear removals, cleanses as much as possible, and then everybody can help with their personal cleanses as well. Remember when we faced there, Jaya, to do your bubble, last stand, whatever, surviving. We'll all run back to this corner, and then pull them, and then kill them, and then be done, and then move on. Questions? Alright. Sorry, what's that, Jaya? It's only tier 1. Well, yeah, there's nothing fancy. Tier 1. No DPS check. Yeah, good practice. Alright, we're all green. Take us in.
I commend you for your tenacity. Come forth. We will afford you a moment of respite to compose yourselves. Gather your crew quickly. Once the gate is closed, we will teach you about discipline.
No. We're gonna hold for Bellandor. We're making DPS is very good. There we go.
I do not abide.
Everybody in the corner.
I will, however, offer my assistance.
And in front of him.
No! What have you done? Osaka! This is not over!
Alright. Here we go. Yes, please. And this.
No more.
Then, let's go ahead and loot.
My friends are dead. I yield. I will return to
Off
the
to the
city
next
and
boss.
face my penance. Azagoth will pay by
Has he
my
done
hand.
everyone?
Take what
Y'all are getting
treasure you
smooth
will
at
from
this.
the temple, but leave me and my crew to misery.
Alright, Jay, tank head. Cat tank. It's Io. No, sorry, Lyric. Are you familiar with what the LM has to do here? Okay, good. You'll root everything. You know what to do during the last phase as well, standing by the sweeping. Okay, good. I am switching you. I am gonna swap you. So what you'll do, Cat, is you'll pick up tentacles on left. Jay will pick up tentacles on right. Jay might also pick up sturdies if we're out doing the crushings. But you want to run in with us, Cat. Grab aggro off TA and the sturdy, and then pick up the ads and start kiting them around. Lyric will root them and mez them long enough to give you time to do all that. Okay. Alright, and then everybody else just follow TA. Remember, when we go out to the boats, wait up for me. I will put a sun over my head. We will go out to those crushings together. And what we are going to do here is we will Oathys the boss's head, not the crushings. We have plenty of DPS to be able to get to burn through the crushings without having to worry. Any questions? Remember, always the pattern is tentacles at crushing's boss's head. Yep, we'll all go all yellow for that. Okay, this is going to be a ready check to go. all green. Step up to the gate. Going in. 3, 2, 1, go. Go for next Slappy. Ads. Range peaks, please take care of the tethered. Crushing will be on left. Let's go to left. Group up on sun. Let's go. Okay, kill it. Go for boss's head. I will do the Zoki. Zoki's out. Nice. Go for left Slappy. Left sturdy. Right sturdy. Right Slappy. Get ready for ads. Go for ads. Crushing should be on left. Group up on sun. Here you go. This will be at your OCs on the boss's head. Ja, mama! Oké, kom nou! You only need 5. Alright, we got Othies. Let's do it. Go. Go. Alright. Left Slappy. Left Sturdy. I can really tell that you guys have TPS has been working on upgrading their gear. You guys are much quicker tonight. Right Sturdy? Good job, everyone. Tell the difference. Like last week, Sturdies would get to 3 stacks. This week, they're getting only 2 stacks. Slapping. Get set up for ads. Go for ads. Crushing is gonna be on right. Looks like. Yeah, it's on right. Up on the sun. Right far. Yep, on the right. Right mid. Okay, let's go. Ah! Sorry, I am muted. Sorry about that. Doesn't do me crazy. I gotta say it again. I will yellow. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, I will. There we go. Oh, he's out. Let's kill it. 25%. We're gonna, after this, we're gonna have the challenging phase. Let's go left. Let's go right, Slappy. We're here on the right side. There we go. So what I was saying is, I am really surprised, or pleased, pleased is better word, pleased by how well the DPS's damage has been increased. Last week when we ran this, sturdies were getting to 3 stacks by the time we get to them. This week they're only getting 2 stacks, which means everybody's DPS is gone up. So good job on all your hard work. Left sturdy. Left Slappy, get set up for sweepings. Remember, after this Slappy, we're gonna have sweeping. Let's see, everybody's morales are full. Cleric, are you in position? Alright, let's kill it. After... We're gonna go for left sweeping after this. Here you go, I'm gonna, Lusaurus Othis the sweeping for me, please. Gary, can I get a CTG? Go for right sweeping. Get attacked. Here we go. I will do Othis on this one. Nice, go for ads. Alright, on boss's head. Let's get an FM off and burn it to 20%. No Othis this time. Okay, let's go for right sturdy, please. Only half the time. This will be the last time we kill these sturdies. Go for left sturdy. Swap with us, Jay. And then after this, we'll be back on boss's head, and Lusaurus, you will do your Othis as soon as it becomes active. Okay, I'll call it for you. All right, do O. Okay, get ready for FM now. FM. Go, Othis. Kill it as quickly as we can. All DPS got out. Pamangkit win! They wait for Scream and then we'll do another FM. All big skills. Kill it. Yep, go ahead and FF. I'm gonna release this. Let's kill it. FF. Yeah, go. Yay! Nice job, all. That was a smooth run. Yeah, we're getting much better on this. Alright, I have Mariner Boots up for roll. Let's see what we got here. We've... Just put it... Yeah, just link it, please. I'll just go through it. Roll for Minstrel Boots. Roll for Minstrel Boots. Sonic, is that for Minstrel Boots or what is that for? Okay, roll for Minstrel Boots. Okay. That is 17. Roll for Minstrel Boots. Going once. Going twice. Goes to Io. Roll for... What is this called? Mariner Boots. Roll for Mariner Boots. Roll for Mariner Boots. Going once. Going twice. Goes to Sonic. Sonic, trade with me, please. Roll for Lore Master Boots. Roll for Lore Master Boots. Going once. Going twice. Goes to Io. Roll for Captain Boots. Roll for Captain Boots. Going once. Going twice. Goes to Bingo. And Talon, you said you had Hunter Boots? Roll for Hunter Boots. Roll for Hunter Boots. Going once. Going twice. Goes to Falwen. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna call it here for tonight. We had a very successful run tonight. We do not... Well, there you go. So, let me just see something. Alright. Alright, good job, everyone. We will be back again next week, same time, same place. Pretty soon, you guys will be ready to start banging your heads against tier 2. I just want to make sure that everybody's gear is sorted before we go into tier 2 and that we have a good comp. So I think probably I would like to, if we're gonna go starting tier 2, I would like to try to take the same group every single time. Just on the same classes, just because it's that hard. uh, so if you have a preference as to what class you want to bring to tier 2 Khorbo, please DM me this week. And I will schedule a time with you to maybe look over your gear to make sure that we're all ready. Okay, cool. All right. I have to run. I have to go take care of my mom. Her sugar is running low. But I'm sure if anybody wants to stick around, some of y'all can go on 6-man if you like.